6S Plus, using it as a separate camera. Fantastic.
And we are live, and we're waiting to go live via OneStream. So let's wait for the signal to go across there.
Nice.
And always not anxious moments, but exciting moments, shall we say. And I'm going to switch Nick on.
Yeah.
And I'm going to switch myself on. Okay. So
far, so good.
Nick's on his iPhone. I'm on my iPad, and I'm waiting for the signal to actually come through. And hopefully it will come through in a second.
Yeah, it's coming. Come on now.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm doing it manually.
Mine's ready.
Manually today. Right. Okay. So, okay, mine is getting ready too. So, quick run back to the studio. Oh, countdown clock beaters. Okay, countdown clock beaters. Let's just hide a few things because they are ready to go, but we don't need them yet. And come here. Honey.
Yay.
Hello.
Greetings. Well, what a lovely, lovely pleasure it is to see you, Stephen. We've not been here for a few weeks, but
we've not
been back.
Yeah, we've not been here since March 7th.
Was it March the 7th? My God.
March 7th. 2 months ago. I mean, time flies.
Gosh, it
but
does.
yeah, I mean, we know that Amazon Live have given us their own page now with all the videos on, and just scrolling down the list until I saw the first photograph, like the one above, and it's March 7th. So there you are.
Wow.
Right. So how have you been?
Oh, it's been a busy time. So been creating new brands with Bite-Size Me for local marketing in Hampshire, Surrey, in Berkshire, and then back onto the live streaming on Amazon. I've got a new setup, a new studio, got a new.
You want to give us a guided tour?
Got a new drone.
Oh wow!
Oh, I know. Listen here, let me grab my little camera. So I use a Logitech camera. So here we are. So here we now have. There we go. So we've now got the desk and the side bit. So there you can see the diffuser, big box light diffuser. I've got my iPhone 6S Plus sat on a tripod where I can. I was demonstrating a pen yesterday. So I've got products there.
Okay.
Fantastic. It's all good. We've got the green cloth behind me, all my newer kit. Oh, it's just lovely. Just lovely.
All coming together. Yeah, I mean, it's continual and never-ending improvement, isn't it? It never stops.
Yeah, it's
always trying to improve. Right, speaking of which, I'm going to, if this works, just a minute. I need to start something up. Just give me a second. And all will be revealed, as they say. Yep, software starting up. And it'll be with us now. It's with us now. This software is called Logitech G Hub. And if I go over here, I can switch my light on. Right. You're already well lit, but I was in the dark, and so I switched my light on. Right. Okay. And it says I'm on Logitech Brio today.
Okay.
Am I on Logitech Brio?
Is that your nom de plume? I think the phrase is.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Yes. What I did was this. I had the Overspot Tiny camera, which needs some software, and the Overspot Tiny camera, much like your cameras, I've got a second camera. It's actually set up on the desktop. Yeah. So I've got the Overspot Tiny camera. I've got the Brio. This is the Brio, and then the Overspot Tiny camera. So obviously we're going to be talking about those. Hello to everybody watching on Amazon Live. You are watching Logitech Brio and Nick Wood. you're You're watching Stephen Healy and Nick Wood live from Wiltshire and from Hampshire. In fact, I was over in your neck of the woods on Sunday.
I know, it
Was it
sounded great.
Saturday? It was the National Running Show at your amazing exhibition centre in Farnborough. Bit of a devil to get to, but once you got there, it was most impressive. Yeah, and
I know. Actually, until we recently moved back into last year, that was like a 5-minute walk for me. I used to just walk across the road. Basically, I was living in a house pretty much next to the Aviator Hotel almost, and we just walk to the exhibition centre. It's beautiful.
It is state of the art. And the ticketing is pretty good as well. All they needed was my postcode, and they found out who I was and gave me a little bracelet to wear so I could go in and out of the exhibition centre. And we needed to, because Angelica was buying things, so every so often we need to go back to the car to put it in the boot, so we could go back and buy some more. It was that sort of show where, I mean, we still got to do our first park run, but we're building up to it. Angelica's now got new trainers, so that's another step forward.
Yeah.
But we actually saw the highlight. It was Steve Cram in the morning at 9:15. Now that's too early for us because we're an hour and a half away. But at sort of 5 o'clock-ish, it was Mo Farah in person on stage, and it was. I mean, the place was absolutely packed and heaving, and he was being interviewed, and lasted about 40 minutes. And he told his story from the age of arriving in the UK at the age of 8 to winning all his gold medals and now running marathons, and to his training regime, everything. It was fascinating. Yeah, but the thing was, we had to stand up because there's so many people. There was a seating area for about 600 people, but we had to stand up.
Yeah.
We got there half an hour before it started.
Well, actually, this is one of my claims to fame. I have actually raced with Sir Mo Farah a few years ago. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I don't like to brag.
Yeah.
I used to do for a birthday treat. This is crazy. I used to do a lot of running, and I used to like running in the Bupa 10K in London, and he used to run.
Right.
So, needless to say, he was on the home straight as he was coming back from one part of London while I was running through, and yeah, everyone turned and went, "Oh, it's Mo Farah." Started technically, we were in the same race.
Really? Yep. So that was Saturday. The night before was the Lib Dem dinner, which was a good day to have a Lib Dem dinner because of what happened on the Thursday.
Yeah, that must be a very happy
event. Definitely. Okay, right now. We're actually here today on Amazon Live. We're grateful to be here, and we're here to answer your questions about anything that's in our carousel. Now, we're live on my page, we're live on Nick's page. We've got different items in the carousel. We're going to talk about them during the course of the broadcast. But of course, with us today, we have our own. Bring it up on screen now, and I'm going to move it so it's at the top of the screen. See, lots of things have happened. Technology has moved on. So we need, if you can see that, Nick, we need, I'll give you the categories: general, awards, characters, connections, directors, Disney. When you find one, James Bond, matches, quotes, titles, plots, soundtrack, specials, Star Wars, superheroes, taglines, and word clouds. Now it's been a couple of months since we've been on, so nobody will remember what we did before. I mean, we can't remember what we did before. Yeah.
That's true.
I think we're actually safe to pick any of those.
Yeah.
Does any sort of catch your eye?
Anything that you like.
Okay. Shall we go for characters then?
Characters, yes. Go on, characters. I'm sure we struggled on characters once before.
Right. Now we're going to pick
we need your help. This is the thing. We need people to help us.
Now we're going to pick a decade, 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s. I'm not including the 50s.
90s. Let's go 90s.
90s it is. Okay. 1990s characters. Quiz number 1. We are using Triviaplaza for the quiz. If you want to use Triviaplaza in your broadcasts or in your quizzes, then just ask the owner. We got permission to show this in our live broadcast today. So, word of explanation, it will all be revealed in a moment, but we have 10 questions. Each are multiple choice. We're given the multiple choice answers. As Nick said earlier, if you know the answers, just type them in the comments either on Nick's page or my page, and they will be read out. So, 1990s characters. How well do you know the movies of the 90s? Can you recognize these movies by names of the main characters? Press play.
Let's go for it.
Okay. We can find this character or characters in which movie? Frank Farmer. Was Frank Farmer in Scent of a Woman, The Bodyguard, Titanic, or Reservoir Dogs? Okay. Now, whilst we're thinking about that, Nick, do you have something to show us in the time-honoured fashion?
In the time-honoured fashion, I do, and in the time-honoured fashion, I'm going to kick off with my iPhone 12 Pro. Now, actually, Stephen, I need to ask you whether I can share my screen, because I always wax lyrical. I mean, this might muck everything up, but I always wax lyrical about just how impressive the camera is on the iPhone 12 Pro.
Okay.
And right. I was out and about yesterday, having a lovely little walk along the canal. Sun was shining, and there was a canoe race going on, which is a little bit weird. I wasn't expecting that. But once the canoes had gone, we carried on our walk, and it was beautiful. There was a couple of families of geese and their goslings. And because I had my phone with me, I was able to take some 4K ultra high definition movie and photos. Now, I know that we're not broadcasting in 4K. We're broadcasting in 720, so it might not look as good as it does to me, but you might get a vague idea. But it's all good. Let's see if I can share the screen.
Right, so I'm going to come in while Nick shares his screen. Okay, so Nick is ready to share his screen. So let's bring Nick's screen sharing, and I'm going to show it full screen, and hopefully we'll get this to work. Okay, so there's Nick's screen, and you should still be able to hear Nick and I. Nick, can we still hear you?
Oh yes, you can still hear me loud and clear.
Right, you're in control.
Okay, fantastic. Well, look, this is these are the little goslings. So I was on the iPhone 12 Pro, and these beautiful little geese and goslings came along, and so I thought, I know, I'm just going to grab my phone and shoot them in 4K ultra high definition. And so that's what's playing right now. They were so sweet, and if you could actually see them in the 4K, it'd be so cool, because it's really lovely, and they were just amazing. These little geese. There was a family of 10, and then another family of 11, and these pictures are so crisp and so sharp, considering I was just holding it in my hand and having had a long walk, so it wasn't exactly like I was in the tripod or anything. And that is the beauty of this iPhone. It is probably the best ones around. Here's another little movie. Let's play it on a little bit further, and there you go. There's a duck and 10 goslings going along the Basingstoke Canal, happily 10. There you go. And that's me counting just to prove that I can. So that was the highlight of my weekend. Totally unexpected, but it was absolutely glorious. So that's why I wanted to share that, particularly as I was just talking about my phone. Yeah, and then a boat came along, and we had to say, "Quick, move!" because but luckily the boat was very good, very kind. So that was my. If I stop sharing, I might be able to come back. So that was it. So that was using the camera on the iPhone 12 Pro. As I say, it is amazing. I use it to live stream on Amazon. We need an iOS device, so this is the one I use, and this was the first one. Hey, Cookbook Divas, good morning, happy Monday to you. Thank you for commenting on the thing. So this is one I use. It is brilliant. let's say the camera is incredible. You can shoot in 4K ultra high definition. It was the first iPhone to have its have a not digital zoom but optical zoom as well. It's also still, I mean, it still does 10 times digital zoom, and because it's got this AI super chip in it, it's got some software that really, as you might have been able to tell on those photos, really crisps up the image too. Another couple of things about this: you've got this amazing LiDAR technology, which basically it shoots light all the time, so it allows you to shoot videos and take pictures in super low light as well. It's got a fast battery charge. Oh, you can actually use it for making phone calls and scrolling your social media, things like that. But also the other thing to notice is the screen, and this is for you gamers out there. This is the high definition screen as well, which was new for the iPhone 12 Pro. Absolutely brilliant. So if you're watching high definition movies on your Amazon Prime, if you're streaming that, for example, or if you're gaming, then this screen is built particularly to have high definition things through. Yeah, fully 5G. We're in the UK, so we get very patchy 5G, but it's fully 5G compliant. It will go track it down if you're in the area, and automatically rejoin. And it's just great. It's got super battery life. I use it. I drain it pretty much down to 4% every day using the fast charge. It charges just over an hour, and you're good to go. So some people I know gets down to 75%. They're in a blind panic. Their phone's going to run out. No dramas with this one. It's all good. As I say, there's so much I can tell you about this phone, but just go watch one of my other live streams where I can go in depth. But it's great. I absolutely love it.
Right, a reminder of the question then. We are playing Triviaplaza. We're playing characters in films, and we're saying we can find this character or characters in which movie. And the character is Frank Farmer. The movie was Scent of a Woman, The Bodyguard, Titanic, or Reservoir Dogs. Have you got an inkling, Nick?
Well, yeah, it's a difficult one. So I was just saying hello to Cookbook Divas. My only inkling I have is that I seem to recall in The Bodyguard, the male character was a guy called Frank. Whether he was called Frank Farmer or not, I'm not sure, but that is my best guess, and it is a guess. So if you know different, feel free. Overall,
no. That's enough for me, and we've no answers coming in at the moment. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn, and of course Amazon Live. If you do know the answer, then if you put it in the comments on either Nick's page on Amazon or my page on Amazon, we'll read it out. And at the end of this broadcast, all the comments will disappear. So the only people will see your answer and see if you got it wrong are watching live now. So we'll get into this. We've got 10 questions and we're going to do them in turn. But Nick has suggested, Nick is pretty sure that if we go with The Bodyguard, yes, then we're right.
My best guess. I can't.
And well, it wasn't a guess, it was an informed guess. Okay, and we're over now to question 2, Nick.
Oh, crikey. Okay, so we can find this character or characters in which movie? Gosh, Kaiser Snoz.
Kaiser Soze.
Kaiser Snoze.
Kaiser Soze is the guy.
All right, Kaiser Soze. Man. Okay, he is a character in which of these 4 movies? Is it The Usual Suspects, The Bodyguard, The Matrix, or indeed, and it's just gone a bit blurry on me, what was the 4th one, Stephen? Oh,
Patriot
Games. And how do you pronounce his name again? Obviously, I haven't got a clue.
Well, I'm not going to ask you if you know the answer. Kaiser Soze is the name of the individual. Right. Okay. Now, whilst you think about the answer for that, you can key that in any time that I'm actually on screen now. Okay. So, which character, Kaiser Soze, which of the 4 films is he in? And we'll show you it again in a couple of minutes' time after I've done my short demonstration. Now, I was watching Amazon Live. I watch more Amazon Live than I actually create, which is amazing, really, because I'm live at 11 a.m. Eastern every single weekday. And I was watching a show with Marco Novo, who's a good friend of Nick and I's, and he was talking to Daniel Zigman of Logitech. And Daniel came on screen and he did this. And he showed, just a minute, he showed this, which is the Logitech Litra Lite. This is the first light that Logitech have ever produced. We know Logitech for the Logitech C920, 922, 925, 930, Brio, and the 270. So Logitech are well known for cameras, are well known for gaming. They are a first-class company, and we know the quality of the equipment. And this is their first light. It's only released in January 2022, so it's only 3 months old. And this is it. And basically, it's pull out that shelf there, like that, and it sits on top of your monitor. And I've got mine next to my Logitech Brio camera, and it's just next to it. And then you can bend the light forward. Okay, you can bend it back again. Okay, you can twist it to the left, you can twist it to the right. Okay, you can extend the light. Okay, so it's now a lot taller. You can switch the light on. You've got controls on the back. You've got an off button. And if I press that, nothing will happen. Okay, nothing happened. And that's because the first thing you should do when you get this light is there's cellophane around the back there, there's cellophane around the foot. Just take that off and recycle it. And then take the cable that's actually supplied by Logitech and plug it into the light. Okay, and there you have the ability. If I press the button now, nothing will happen. If I press the button again, we've now got power. Now, as you can see, this is a soft light. This is good for your skin tones. And if I was to look in the mirror now, I look something resembling what's actually being broadcast at the moment. And this light at $59.99. I mean, I had two. I'm going to rephrase. I had two soft boxes, one either side of me. And the only thing you can do with a softbox is switch it on or off. The thing about this light is that there are 6 different presets you can use. So you can control the brightness and you can control the temperature. And all of that is done. If I go here, just a moment, I'm going to share my screen a minute, Nick. So this is going to be good. If this works, it'll be good. So I'm sharing screen. I'm going to share a window. And I'm going to share that window. And if I switch, your camera's already off. So I'm just trying to work out the logistics of actually getting this in. Okay, so I'm going to say this is the software. Okay, and this software controls the light. And you can switch the light on and off. Okay, I'm gonna have to practice this. I can see. How can I do this? I want to take that off full screen, which I'm going to hide your camera, Nick.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, so I'm hiding Nick's camera, and I'm going to hide the quiz. Okay, so the software is next to me. So if I use the software, I can control it to turn the light on and off. And you can see when the light is off, I am decidedly darker. Okay, light is on now, and I'm a lot clearer than I was before. There are 6 presets, and if we go to the first preset, you see that's pretty bright. And as we go down, the 6 presets provided by Logitech, I'm getting cozier and cozier, and the lighting is getting more and more subtle. And this one, in actual fact, this is my favorite lighting. Okay. I have 2 of these lights. Okay. I'm going to switch this one off because I'm not being lit by that one. Okay, that's gone off. The light that's lighting me is over, as I said, over my monitor, and it's bent like that. Okay, wow. And it's providing light, and I can actually control it using the software, and I can change the intensity of the light. And it goes, I could go through in my full broadcast tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. I'll go through every single preset that's ever been made. But I'm just going to quickly go here, and you can see this one. Yeah. I am much too bright. So let's turn the brightness down. Okay. And skin tones are not quite right. So I'm going to turn that down too. So we're getting pretty close to my natural skin tones. That's one I made. It's not Logitech's responsibility. It's my responsibility. And I'm going to go back to one earlier. And that's basically it. So Logitech Litra Lite plugs into your PC or Mac, works out the box. Download the software from logitech.com. You've got total control of the light, you've got control of the brightness, you've got control of the temperature, and you can work out how best to feel comfortable on camera, which is what it's all about. And for $59.99, I mean, I was looking at competitors at $200. If you're just you're broadcasting on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, your website, you just need the one light. That light is a Logitech Litra Glow, as presented by Daniel Sigman with Marco Nova. And now I'm going to attempt to reverse everything that I've done by hiding that. I'll be back in a minute, Nick. I'm on my way back.
I'm busy searching the light.
Okay. And I'm going to take myself off full screen, and that should have an effect if I switch that camera back on and this camera back on. No, not that camera. That camera.
Oh,
hello again, Nick. Would you like to do a reprise of the question?
Oh, yes, for sure. Yes. So this character, the ever so easy to pronounce Kaiser Soze, was he a character? Yep. I say, was he a character? Was he or she or it a character in The Usual Suspects, The Bodyguard, The Matrix, or Patriot Games? Stephen, as you nailed the pronunciation, I'm guessing you might have a clue. Well, you certainly have a much better idea than I do, because I haven't got any clue.
It is a classic cult film, and in actual fact, the film is The Usual Suspects, starring somebody we can't name now, but for legal reasons we can't name him. So The Usual Suspects is the answer to question 2. I was pretty sure on that one, because if you Google Kaiser Soze, you'll find hosts of references. Okay, question 3. I'm just going to take it full screen so we can all see it. Question 3 is: we can find this character or characters in which movie. Woody the Cowboy is the name of the film. Sorry, is the name of the character. We've got to get back. I need to practice more, Nick. Right, Woody the Cowboy, was he a character in Men in Black, The Sixth Sense, Toy Story, or A Few Good Men? Okay, so rack your brains for this 90s film. Was it Men in Black, The Sixth Sense, Toy Story, or A Few Good Men? Okay, so Nick, do you have anything to show us? You do. You're thinking.
I'm thinking.
Do you know the answer? You're thinking.
Do you know what? I actually think I might know the answer. I don't want to say yet, though.
I've got to say that we actually went on a weekend trip to Coventry. We got sent to Coventry, and we actually went to the theatre and watched a film. That was, my sons were a bit younger then than they are now. Okay, over to you, Nick.
Fantastic. Okay, well, listen, having spoken about how great filming in 4K is and everything, what you're going to find is actually when you're filming in that, you're going to make big chunky old files, and so you want somewhere to save them. Now, I've got to admit, I cleaned down my hard drive only over the weekend, and uploaded a lot of my videos to this. This is the Seagate backup plus portable 4 terabyte external hard drive. Now, there's not a lot to see. It's kind of like this brushed metal effect little box, but I'll tell you what, if you're into editing and videoing, or actually in gaming, because if you're saving gaming files, they can be enormous, then this is for you. You can get multiple different sizes. I bought this one when I just first got my Mac, and I wanted to run the Time Machine backup. So, you know, I had a 1 terabyte hard drive, and I bought a 4 terabyte backup disk. I wasn't thinking, I just like to go big at the time. But anyway, then it suddenly dawned on me that actually I didn't need such a big backup drive at all. But what I really did need was a file to put all my videos. And the reason it's so important for me, and I love it, is that obviously I use a Mac a lot to edit, but when I'm out and about, then I've got the MacBook Air, and I use that. And this, I just plug it in. It's so simple. Plug it in a USB port, and all my little videos, or not so little, all my huge videos are here. So it's really great. So you can do it for all sorts of things. You can, I did it for my backup, so you can have multiple backups running several times a day, which is one of those things I always think, it's never that important until something goes wrong, and when you realize actually that's really important, because it's a nightmare trying to reload everything if you don't do a backup. So I would heartily recommend you back up your PC or your Mac on a regular basis. And this is great. And it comes with a little carry case, which doesn't come. Sorry, you can buy a little carry case, and I would recommend you buy one, because it does. You don't want to drop them, but if you do, then at least that'll absorb some of the shock. But yeah, it's a Seagate product. I've never heard a bad word said about Seagate. They just seem to be a very, very highly respected company. So if you want a little bit of peace of mind, knowing that your files are safe, and even your big ones, you're not going to churn up all your hard drive, because when you get in the end of your hard drive, then things start to go a little bit slower as well. So it keeps your Mac or your PC running lovely. You've got the knowledge that you're safe and secure with a portable hard drive. This is the Seagate one. It's in the carousel, and at the moment, actually, for 4 terabyte hard drive, it's $99.99. So $100. You can't really go too far wrong with that. But I say it's great. I love it. I use it all the time. And yeah, you can back up your files into the cloud. I get that, but I think for ease of use, I just plug it in, and go. So, and it's always nice. Always like a belt and braces job. You know me. But yeah, that's it. That's the Seagate 4 terabyte portable hard drive, ideal for backing up your computers, saving your videos, and your gaming. You want to save where you are. This is the boy to do it. It's great. So yeah, as I say, you can have bigger, you can have smaller. So whatever you do, just get one of them safe. That's my.
I mean, you cannot rely on third parties. You've got to back up. You must back up. Right. Okay. Let's go with question 3 again. We can find this character or characters in which movie? The character is Woody the Cowboy. The movies are Men in Black, Sixth Sense, Toy Story, or A Few Good Men. Now, I gave a hint earlier when I said I went to see it with my 2 sons, and they were much younger then. That may have given the game away. Yeah, because now one's enough.
Narrows it down a touch.
So it does. Yeah. So are we going with the same one?
I think so. I think we've got to go Toy Story, is it, for this one?
Yeah. Okay. Toy Story. And so far, we have got 3 questions correct out of 3.
We're doing good.
Question 4.
Oh, now, here we go. So, this is a character from a movie, Dr. Malcolm Crowe. Is he a character from The Matrix, Men in Black, Pulp Fiction, or The Sixth Sense? Which is not so easy to say when you've got a slight lisp. But
no, I'm not totally sure which one it is. Okay. Right. Okay. Well, whilst we're all thinking about that, and you can type your answers on Nick's page or on my page or on Facebook, LinkedIn, and we say hello to Corinda. Hello, Yay. Corinda is on Facebook. And Corinda is saying, I'm back from live streaming.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. Good to have you back, Corinda.
Fantastic.
Okay.
What have you got?
What I'm going to do. Sorry?
I said, what have you got?
Good?
Now, yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. And what I've got is this. Okay. Now, it may not look much, but this is my second camera. And let's put a bit of light on the topic so you can actually see it. My second camera is actually pointing down at my demonstration area, and you can see the Logitech Litra light we looked at earlier. You can see my iPad, which is controlling this show. So I'm going to move that out of the way. And whilst we're here, obviously, Echo Dot, TP-Link Echo, 2 plants which are growing through 2022. That one should flower, theoretically. My BeLive mug from BeLive.
Oh,
and
nice.
Of course, the Aftershocks headphones. But What I'm actually talking to you about is this, and it's a camera, and it's down in the carousel at the moment, and it's called the Obspot Tiny. If I could spell, it would be good. Just a minute. My apologies there. This is a live show, and if I go here and press return, it will change its name to the Obspot Tiny. How about that? Now, the Obspot Tiny is a PTZ camera, which means that it's got pan, tilt, and zoom. I'm going to come back to me. Okay, it has pan, tilt, and zoom, which means it can pan, tilt, and zoom. Okay, and basically this is the most fun I've had with a camera. Oh, it's basically, the thing is that it's not, we can talk about Logitech Brio later, but the Logitech Brio is fixed on my desktop, and that's where it lives. Okay, whereas with the Tiny, what I can do is this. I can switch from me to the desktop. Okay, just at the flick of a switch, and I can come back to me. Okay, so I've got two presets I can use. So it's actually 90 degrees field of vision, but because it's on a gimbal, it can actually pan. So I can take it to a third preset location. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen here. You may see part of my office that's not been seen before. There we go. Okay, you zoom past the chest of drawers which has been built, but the photograph is actually of Avebury Stone Circle, which was built 4,500 years ago, the same time as Stonehenge, but not quite as famous. And I'm going to go back to me. Now, the thing about the Obspot Tiny, I just want to test something. Okay, now that's not working. Just a minute. Just give me a second. I'm going to go here. The thing about the Obspot Tiny is that it's got AI power, and you can ask it to track you. You can ask it to stop tracking you. You can ask it to zoom in, or you can ask it to zoom out. So you've got gesture control. And the thing is that this camera, he said, hopefully, will actually follow me about. If I stand up, yeah, then nothing's happening. This is live. Minute.
Takes a
Okay.
brave man to live demonstrate this.
This is a live demonstration. Okay, you can see that I've got less room in my office because I'm building a chest of drawers at the moment, available from Amazon, by the way. But I can actually stand up and I can present stood up. So if I want to show you, yeah, the Aftershocks headphones, then I can take them out of their beautiful carrying case, and I can take the Aftershocks headphones, bright blue, so you can't miss me, and I can demonstrate these while standing, which means that I can put a bit more energy, yeah, because when you sat down, you don't have the same level of energy, whereas you stood up. Okay, and I'm trying to get, yeah, when you stood up, it's a lot easier to actually present. So these are down in the carousel. These are Aftershocks headphones. They are over your ear. They don't go anywhere near your ear canal, so they're not going to irritate you at all. They're waterproof, shockproof, and well, they're my favorite headset. But that's not why I'm here today. What I'm here to do is to tell you about the Obspot Tiny camera and how versatile it is, because you can actually move about. And I'm going to go here, and what I'm going to do, if this works, it'll be good. Okay, and go there. Okay, so whilst I'm sitting down against and knocking the desk and generally destroying everything in the office. Okay, now I'm back where I should be, and I can quickly press one button and say, the Obspot Tiny is the most fun I've had with the camera. They keep upgrading the firmware and the software. It simply works 3 preset positions. It's got auto face exposure, which is the first time we've seen that in the camera. And it says 1080p, 720p, no problem at all. As Nick said earlier, for the full reviews, catch our shows. Mine's 11 a.m. Eastern, and you get a full run through of the Obspot Tiny and the Logitech Litra Lite. And we're back on stage now with the question. So question 4 was?
Yeah, so question 4 was Dr. Malcolm Crowe. Was he a character in The Matrix, Men in Black, Pulp Fiction or The Sixth Sense. And
Right.
if anyone has any ideas, please do drop them in the comments so we can go. Do you know, Stephen, or do you have a process
We've got
elimination?
which one of me should I hide? Let's hide this one. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Because in RB Live Studios, just go sideways for a moment. If I go over here, because we're in RB Live Studios, when Nick and I broadcast, then that's Be Live. That's the logo you'll find. We're broadcasting from Be Live. We can have hosts can have 2 cameras. We can screen share. We can have YouTube video. A whole range of things that we can do with this. And do you know that, Nick, that there are now 4 Be Live broadcasters who are Amazon insiders?
Oh,
4. There's the
me,
2 of us are Amazon insiders. Yeah.
Brigetti?
We know that Grant. No.
No.
Well, from the UK, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
English. Well, no, Be Live. No, Brigetti's not on Be Live.
Oh, is she not?
No, Grant Saunders,
Grant, yeah.
who did a broadcast in Be Live with us last week. His trade is a stage hypnotist.
That's right.
You know the show where you go to a stage show and they say, right, we'd like you to come up on stage, yeah, and I'm going to ask you to do certain things. And you do, but you don't know you're doing it. That sort of show. Yeah. Pretending to be a chicken, for example.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So the one say congratulations to Ephraim or Dr. Hello,
Yeah.
who became an Amazon insider over the weekend, and he too is broadcasting on Be Live. So the number of people broadcasting on Be Live as an Amazon insider is growing exponentially. I haven't got a clue to the answer is. I'm just waffling. Go on. You have a clue, Nick.
Oh no, actually, it was really good because you're probably chatting to Daniel as well. I think they're going to try and do some great stuff for us live stream, Amazon live stream influencers with Be Live. So stay tuned is the thing. So Dr. Malcolm Crowe. I got a sneaky suspicion. I think that was the title character of Bruce Willis in The Sixth Sense, because he was a what was he, psychiatrist?
Psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're going for The Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
Okay. And correct. So 4 out of 4 so far. We're doing well. That's not right. Question 5. Where can we find this character or characters in which movie? Right, so the character is the Dude. Did the Dude appear in Clueless, Fight Club, The Big Lebowski, or Mission Impossible? If you know the answer, then please do let us know. In the meantime, Nick.
Oh, well, listen, it would be wrong. It would be wrong of me because they send me drones. They're my lovely friends at Holy Stone. If I didn't actually show you one of the latest ones that they sent, this is the HS720G. So this is this was released at the end of March, back end of March. So it was hot off the presses. So I'll try and show you in this little box without dropping it. So it comes fully loaded with the kit. And what is so special about this one? Comes very, very small like this. It's 4K ultra high definition, no problem at all. It's little rotators. We always pull the bottom ones off first because otherwise it all goes horribly wrong. I'm just going to show you this one, and I'll show you what the cool feature is. Yes, it has the follow me feature. So you can set it with your phone and it will follow you, no problem. You can set it to height and distance. You can also tell it to go to certain places. You can set a point of view where you set it and it will go round in a circle, allowing you all the time to play with the video and the photo. So that's really beautiful. And you might want to do that on this one. I mean, it's got headless, so it can go backwards and forwards. It doesn't know which way. It doesn't matter which way round you have it. Let me just show you here very quickly. There's a little, so we put our little storage card, our little memory card in there. So you want to get some of those. It's got a 26-minute flight time, so it only comes with one battery, but that gives you plenty of time. And it can actually fly up to 990 meters away from you. I know, that is just under a kilometer. That is insane.
Wow.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Particularly when you have to bear in mind, everybody, that if you've got a pilot's license and an operating license, you do one of the stipulations is you have to keep your drone within sight at all times. And that doesn't mean having it on your phone on the joystick controls. You actually should be able to see it at all times, so be careful. But that is not the best bit. The best bit is here, and I still haven't taken the cover off because I was wondering why it was a bit weird the other day. But this cover comes off to reveal, and I'm doing it very delicately. This is the camera mounted on a gimbal, and it rotates all through the night. It's on an electronic gimbal. It is absolutely rock solid. It is absolutely amazing. This is, bless them, this is the fourth one. I've gone from no drones to 4 drones. This is the 4th one they've sent me, and it is just absolutely incredible, absolutely brilliant. And as I say, it comes in this lovely little packet, so you can wrap it up and do it. It comes with one battery. So now, obviously, as we know, Stephen, I'm living right next to an airport, pretty much. So I have I'm restricted on where I can fly my drones. It's a restricted area where I am in Hampshire. But I was due to go down. I thought this weekend I was going to get some cracking footage because my parents live in Weymouth. I thought, brilliant. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's go take my parents out for lunch, and then I can go fly my drone around the Jurassic coast. No problem at all. Until there's a slightly going off topic here, but until they unilaterally decided they're off on a cruise in a fortnight's time, and some members of my family up in Hull have developed COVID. Some members of my family down in Hampshire have developed COVID. Not me. So our lunch that was planned for next Saturday has been cancelled because they've decided they're going to self-isolate for fear of missing their cruise at the end of the month.
Yeah,
so
indeed.
They've cancelled it twice already, so I couldn't really give them a hard time. But yes, I will be down there in June, and all 4 little drones will be out and about. I've got some other little pilots to come play with me as well, and it's just great. This is, it's just an amazing drone. Say, I want to put it through all its paces, but I will be doing that very, very soon. And I'd say all of the drones that Holy Stone send are really good. They do a splendid job. So I'm very lucky, and B, I'm very happy to tell you how great their drones are.
Yeah.
Fantastic. That one in the carousel, there's me Wizzy talking about the drone. I didn't put it in my carousel. That one right now is $299. So it's $300, but for a drone that does that, that is quite remarkable. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, it's amazing drone. Pair it to your phone and just have some fun, as I say. But yeah, 999 meters you can be away from it. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you need pretty good vision to actually binoculars.
Binoculars, which are available on Amazon.
Indeed. Right, so the character is the Dude. Did the Dude appear in Clueless, Fight Club, The Big Lebowski, or Mission Impossible? Do you have any thoughts about that, Nick?
I have absolutely no idea.
Right, well, we've not. If you do know the answer, then you've got about 30 seconds to actually key it in. If you're going to give us the answer of The Big Lebowski, then please do. I'm going to go with that. I'm not totally sure, Nick, but I think
I'll go for it.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. Right.
Well played.
Okay, so thank you. Next question.
Oh, this one we might know. So this is a character, little known character called Hannibal Lecter. And was he famous for being a character in Men in Black, Pulp Fiction, The Silence of the Lambs, or A Few Good Men? Stephen, what have you got in your carousel?
They keep trying to say A Few Good Men. They've suggested it twice, but no, I haven't gone that way. Right, okay, now, Nick and I have been broadcasting for some time. And when I first started 6 years ago, this was before Facebook Live. And when Facebook Live came out, people decided that they were going to upgrade, and we needed external cameras. When you first start broadcasting, use the camera and microphone on your PC. Do not get carried away spending money when you don't know whether you're going to enjoy this or not. Okay, live broadcasting is brilliant, but it isn't for everyone. But so we all had to go out and we all bought a new camera. And the new camera we bought, I bought this camera 6 years ago. This is the Logitech C920X, used. Well, it was used by virtually everybody who was broadcasting on Facebook Live in the beginning, because we all went out and bought it. So this is the best-selling camera. But this is the C920X, and the X stands for extra, because the C920X comes with a 3-month license to XSplit VCam. Now, XSplit VCam is the best, in my opinion, the best background removal software out there for Windows. And I've been using it since January 2019, and it is 3-month subscription is included with this camera. This is the ideal beginning camera, whether you're on Zoom or you're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, or your website. This is an ideal gift for yourself. It's an ideal gift for family. It's an ideal gift for friends, because it works out the box. You take it out of the box, you plug it in. Yeah, that's a good idea. But I can't put this in because you're actually watching the Brio now. But this is the C920. To attach it to your computer, you just pull down a little shelf there, and it goes on to your monitor or onto your computer. It just goes over the top, and then you just adjust it so that you're comfortable actually looking at the camera. Yeah, that's the whole thing, to be comfortable on camera. Just a note on that, because basically being comfortable on camera means you're going to be successful on camera. If you're nervous on camera, then it's going to be very difficult. The one thing you must do is you must have headroom. Yeah. If you sit like that, and people, I've watched so many Zoom calls where people are on the Zoom call and the top of the head is missing. That is totally disconcerting. What you should be, you should have headroom above your head. You should be positioned in the middle of the screen. Okay. You should not, unless you're getting very animated with your hands about. Don't do that. It upsets the ultra tiny camera, for one. And the other thing is that it doesn't look good. And basically, it means that you're taxing your PC and more data has to be sent. And if you can sit still on camera, and this is the ideal camera to actually sit still on. The X for extra is for XSplit VCam. I'll give you a full demonstration of that at 11 AM Eastern tomorrow. And that blows you away, because you can take this green screen behind me, you can put an image there, and I'm going to take my life in my hands now. I'm just going to do it now. Well, let's go for it. I'm going to, whilst I'm doing this live, push the boat out, and I'm going to go here, and I'm on my hard drive. And if I go to there and I go to resized, okay, and go to here. Now, I know for a fact that I'm going to disappear from screen in a few seconds, but I will be back and you'll still be able to hear me. I'm just waiting to disappear. I'm going to disappear. It might not work. Okay, I froze, but I didn't disappear. Okay, that magic trick did not work, Nick. Okay, so ideal first camera, Logitech C920X. You can either have it on top of your monitor, or you can, using the thread at the bottom, you can put it onto a tripod stand, any tripod stand, and then it can go anywhere on your desking. And I'm just about to find out why. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. This is not okay. If I put that down, yeah, this is the background removal software and basically you've got the green screen behind me and it just works. And at that, I'm going to hide that and come back to me. And I'm going to switch that off. Okay, just a second. Sorry about this.
Yeah,
Just
go for it.
do not adjust your set. I actually want to take that off. I didn't expect that to happen. But for a moment there, you actually saw green screen software in use. Okay, so I'm going to take myself off solo, come back on screen, and
Yay.
okay. A
Oh,
question, Nick.
we do love it when magic tricks work, but hey, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Anyway, back to the quiz, and we can find this character, Hannibal Lecter. Was he in the Men in Black, Pulp Fiction, The Silence of the Lambs, or A Few Good Men? And I think we're probably fairly certain on this one, Stephen.
I think we are. I think we'll use a bit of. I think we should go for Silence of the Lambs. Do you agree, Nick?
I think so. And now I'm going to fancy a little glass of Chianti later on.
Very good. Okay.
So,
Question 7 of 10. We've got 6 out of 6 so far. No pressure though. We're only doing this for fun, but it is good when we actually get the full score. So we can find this character or characters in which movie, and the character is Mr. Blonde or Vic Vega was in The Bodyguard, Reservoir Dogs, The Big Lebowski, or Fight Club. So Mr. Blonde, Vic Vega, did he appear in The Bodyguard, Reservoir Dogs, The Big Lebowski, or Fight Club? Whilst we're thinking about that, Nick, do you have something to show us?
Yeah, I do. Well, look, guys, it would not be a live stream involving me without my favourite Blue Yeti microphone. We need to pop in
right.
Okay. Before I talk about this. Good. Oh, yeah. You see, studios may come and go, and tables may come and go, chairs may come and go, but the thing that has been constant with me for the last 5 or 6 years at least has been this. This is the Blue Yeti microphone. As I always say, it is a thing of great beauty, first of all, but also it is a cracking microphone. It's absolutely beautiful. What's so special about the Blue Yeti? Well, it's got a 3-array pickup, and it's got 4 pickup patterns, so we can control that at the back here with this little dial here, and so right now it's just on one directional. That's just for me, and if I turned it around, you're probably going to notice a difference there. I'm also using it today in conjunction with Crisp to get a bit of noise cancellation as well, but also you can have it as a bi-directional, so it comes front and back as well. We switch it around again, and then picks up like the global setting, so you're picking up all the noise, and that's great if you're, if you've got, like I say, if I've got my niece and her band that I believe actually might be signing up with Sony, if they were coming over and we record them, that would be awesome to do. And also it's a stereo, so we can set it on stereo setting, and then if I walked from one side of the room to the other, it would go into one speaker and you'd hear me in the other speaker. It is really, really good. It's one of those things that it's never let me down. It gives great audio. It's a talking piece. When I've been out and about pre-lockdown and delivered some trainings and I've taken the mic with me, people are much more interested in the microphone than they are to me. It has a very important little mute button and some volume control there. We can, underneath here, you can pop some headphones in so you can check your audio, and it's great, particularly if you're, and I've been doing this recently, when you're doing some tutorial pieces. So I've been recording tutorial videos, so where I've been like using a PowerPoint presentation on the screen and talking over it. Really, really good for that. And I have it on the desk stand. It's got a nice little felt cover there, but you can also, it's a universal stand. You can have it on all sorts, so you can have it hanging however you like it. That's where you pop your little headphone in there as well. It's lovely. It's actually down, it's in the carousel right now for $103.49. It's got a 20% off That's one of the things I love about being able to live stream on Amazon. We can put things in the carousel. Suddenly you get a discount on it as well. It's got 34, just under 35,000 4.5, 5-star ratings. So it is a beautiful piece of kit. It also doesn't come with the little mouth guard, so that's in the carousel as well. You can just stops a little bit of popping. But yeah, it's a great microphone. I would say if it's something that we, Stephen was talking about the Logitech cameras. They're great because it upgrades your camera, and also they come with microphones built in as well. So that upgrades your audio there. But then if you want to upgrade your audio and get a specific microphone, do go listen to see what other people are using. Stephen's got some brilliant microphones as well, and you'll just pick one that you resonate with and you like. This is the thing, you like the sound of your voice. I know when you first start out, nobody likes the sound of their voice when they're live streaming, but trust me, after you've done it a while, you get really used to it, and it actually does sound like you. Yes, it's true. So if you've got a great microphone as well, it's going to sound even more like you, which is what's not to love about that. So that is it. That is my beautiful Blue Yeti microphone. As I say, it's in the carousel, $103.49. I think that's still a bargain. It's a beautiful microphone, and if you're going to upgrade, you do a lot worse than choosing that one. But as I say, pick one that you like the sound of your own voice on, because it's very important. It's not one of those things you buy every day.
Well, the thing is, in addition to that, because you're watching Amazon Live now, you can watch any of the shows on Amazon Live and ask people which microphone they're using, and especially if you like the sound of it. Okay, now we're going to have the battle of the microphones in a minute, but let's get to the question. The question was, okay, let's go full screen. Question 7 was, we can find this character or characters in which movie? Mr. Blonde, which was Vic Vega, in The Bodyguard, Reservoir Dogs, The Big Lebowski, or Fight Club. What do we think, Nick? I'm struggling.
I'm pretty certain that is Reservoir Dogs. That amazing.
Okay, so let's go. All right, so let's go with Reservoir Dogs then. Okay, and correct. So question number 8.
Okay, so question number 8. Here we go. Oh, interesting. So, which character is a character from which movie? Sorry, Queen Amidala. Is she from Clueless? Is she from Star Wars: The Phantom Menace? Was she from Star Trek: First Contact? Or was she in Titanic? That is Queen Amidala. I wonder.
Okay. Well, whilst we're thinking about that,
Under that one.
Whilst we're actually thinking about that, and I sort of between two minds as to who it was. But if you know the answer, then please do type the answer in the comments, either on Nick's Amazon page or my Amazon page, and we'll read them out. As I say, I disappear at the end of the broadcast. So please do comment. Please do say hello, wherever you are. Nick and I, as you know, are in England. We are 2 out of 4 English broadcasters on Amazon Live and having a blast in doing so. We're here to help. We're here to answer your questions about anything that's in the carousel. And talking of things in the carousel, as I said, we're going to have the battle of the microphones because I'm going to talk about the Elgato Wave 3. Now, I do roundtable discussions, and back in November, I invited Christa Boven from Belgium, Alec Dorling from Sweden, and Rick Glover from the States to actually bring their microphones on and talk about them. And when came time for Alec to talk about his microphone, I was blown away. I was blown away by the richness of the sound, the bass. In other words, I wanted to know what Alec's microphone was. And in actual fact, Alec told me, and he said, my microphone is the Elgato, not the Observer Tiny. Just a minute. Do not adjust your sense. I'm going to take that off. Okay, I'm going to hide the name. Here, okay, entering stage left, is the Elgato Wave 3 microphone. Now, it's been moved slightly away from me at the moment. But again, as Nick said, it's a personal choice, and you've got to decide which microphone sounds best to you. Now, to let you know, both Nick and I are using Crisp today, so we're actually using that to get rid of any background noise. But you are essentially listening to Nick's microphone and my microphone, and you have been throughout the whole of this broadcast. If I lift this gently up without disturbing the sound, there it is on the stand. It's a totally different design from the one that Nick showed you. And I can say that today the Elgato Wave 3 is 20% off. That's $119.99. So the two mics are comparable. If you're watching Nick and you click the mic in his carousel, or you're watching me, click the mic in my carousel, you find out the full technical specification. But basically what they do say is that the microphone should be positioned. So I just try and get there, 2 hands away from you. Mine is on my desking, and it is pointed towards me, which is always a good idea. And it can either go on the stand, or you can put it on a boom arm. The choice is yours. And I'm looking at the Elgato boom arm at the moment, which fits any microphone, or which any microphone fits. I just love the tone. I love the richness of the sound. I love its styling. I love the fact that you can actually plug in headphones as well, so you can preview what's actually going through the microphone. But the other thing about this particular microphone is that it comes with an audio mixer. And the audio mixer allows you to take and put 6 different sources through your microphone and into your live studio. So I can bring in, if I wished, Spotify and play music from Spotify, although I might get into 1 or 2 problems with that if I try to do it publicly. I can bring in desktop sound, I can bring in browser sound, and because I can bring in desktop sound, it means I can bring in music from my DJing software directly into my studio. I can go to a site called mixcloud.com and I can be a DJ for a day or 2 days, okay, and play copyright music, because when I play the Rolling Stones get paid. When I play Led Zeppelin get paid. You've got the idea here. All the royalties have been sorted out, and you can just go live. And using this microphone, you can use the mixer, and you can bring your music into the microphone straight into your studio with vMix, OBS, XSplit, BeLive, Restream, any of them, and you could actually play music through your microphone. And it is, just to cap this bit off, it is $119.99 today, which is 20% off, which is less than I paid for it. I often find this because Nick and I are live. Basically, Amazon are giving special discounts whilst we're live that you can take advantage of. I don't mind, because I've had this microphone now for 3 months, and I just enjoy it. My previous microphone is also down in the carousel, just so you know. You've got 3 microphones to compare. You've got the Elgato Wave 3, which I'm showing you now. Bring it back on stage again. It's not got stage fright, it's actually there. Audio Technica is down in the carousel as well, and Nick's microphone is down in his carousel. I'm moving. This is a heavy microphone. Sturdy is the word I've been looking for.
Ooh.
So let's basically turn that off and come back to me. And now, if I remember it's been a while since Nick and I broadcast together, but I'm going to bring this back on screen. So Nick, would you like to read the question again?
I certainly would. Okay, who is this character? Queen Amidala. Was she in Clueless? Was she Star Wars: The Phantom Menace? Was she Star Trek: First Contact? Or was she indeed on the Titanic? I'm pretty certain I know, being a bit of a Star Wars-y type buff.
Okay, so we're going to go with Star Wars: Phantom Menace.
Yes.
No, sorry, I'll say it again. Which one do you like, Nick?
I think it's Star Wars: The Phantom Menace.
Right. Okay, it's correct.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're batting.
Not a film you watch very often.
Okay, we're batting 8 out of 8. Let's go to the next question, and the next question is: Which film was William Wallace a character in? And your choices are Fight Club, The Big Lebowski, The Bodyguard, or Braveheart. So those are the choices. Nick, do you have a choice for us?
I do. Oh, where's Peter Stewart when you need him? That's what I want to know. Okay, actually, I'm going to put this one in the carousel. This is the newer mobile lighting kit. As you can see behind me, I have this green cloth, and that is all part and parcel of it on the frame. So it's a huge, great backdrop that we got there, and it's one of the many things that are included. So it also comes with some umbrella lights, it also comes with some box diffusers, some clips, and it's got not just the green, it's got black, which I can't show you, but it's just on my table, which I've been using recently to do some nice videos of products on there, and a white cloth as well, which is fantastic. It also has, because it's easy to hand, so I can just show you very quickly. This is one of the stands for, actually this stand is for one of the box diffusers. So it grows and grows and grows, and it's not going to be quite up to my ceiling, but it's about, I don't know, 6 inches from my ceiling. It's a lovely big stand, quite solid as well. I'm going to have to stand up for the next part. I'm going to move the stand around because I've now just poked a hole in my ceiling.
I think not. I hope not.
I think that I can say, yeah, whatever you do, don't tell Debs. But let me show you this. This is the box diffuser. I'll sit back down again. And so this is what goes on top of that stand as well. This is the thing, when you're live videoing, when you're just making videos in general, you do want to have a good play around with the light, make sure your lighting's as you want it. And these are really good. So normally I've not been able to demonstrate these, but in my new digs, I've actually got mine plugged in. So this will muck up the lighting, no problem. So we switch it on, and now we have this amazing light that we can play around with. And we've got 2 of these. I'm not quite sure how to work them in this small space. I'm sure I'll come up with an idea, but it's great, and it's part of this mobile studio. Now, a couple of years ago, the reason I love this, a couple of years ago, I was making some videos of some serviced apartments for a client, and so I had to go to London, and I spent half the day in Chelsea, very nice, and the other half the day over in the city of London, in multiple different apartments. And so I was having to put the lights up, down, and this was really good. It comes in a great little carry case, super, it's not heavy, it's just nice and light to carry, and they come apart. You can see, nice and easy. This is Velcro. You get the diffused light, and then there's the bulb underneath, so you can see, and that again is one of the original bulbs. So I was able to put these up and down. I think I did something crazy. I think I did 20 apartments in one day, which was crazy. But there you go. But it was really good. And these lights are fantastic, and I just really enjoy using them. Like I say, they're a bit of my kit that I just absolutely love, and particularly, when you're doing lots of video and stuff, it's nice. It's actually nice to get out and about and use your kit, and that way you've got control of the lighting. So here, if I open the curtains, then light might flood in. I could use that diffused light to counter the light on the other side. So there's so much we can do with light, and it's a great piece of kit. So if you're making videos, we've got the green screen backdrop that can also be black, and there can also be white. White actually is really, really effective. If you think about a few years ago, some of the Apple adverts, they used white really, really well. And yeah, it's all just on stands, super simple to put together, to take down. I mean, having said that, I've now put this up. This isn't going anywhere for a while. So, but yeah, if you're looking to really up your videoing game and get some great light, get some great backdrops, then I would thoroughly recommend it. It's 215 dollars. It's got lots of lovely reviews, and yeah, you can carry them around with you anywhere you want to go. So if you want to actually, if you want to go make some money videoing, or even I tell you what would be, if you've got a camera, then that'd be ideal for taking photos of babies. Go down to your local mall, and you can set up a little baby photography session. There, what tips? These tips I just.
Yeah, I know.
I'm full of. That way you make sure it's paid for. So that's my rule of thumb. If you buy a piece of kit, get someone else to pay for it.
Oh yeah. That's always a good rule. Okay, so back to the question 9 of 10. We can find this character or characters in which movie. The character is William Wallace. The movie was one of the following 4: Fight Club, The Big Lebowski, The Bodyguard, or Braveheart. And Nick did give you a hint earlier because he mentioned our good friend Peter Stewart, who lives in Scotland. But you didn't know that. You do now. So Pete was live. Shout out to Pete.
Yeah, hi, Pete.
Okay. I think you that with that clue, if we go for Braveheart, yeah.
Go for it. Yeah, Braveheart.
Okay. So 9 out of 9. Now there's obviously no pressure now, but we've got the 10th question now.
No pressure. Okay. Fantastic. Here we go then. This character is from which movie? This is Colonel Nathan R. Jessup. Now, is he a character in Scent of a Woman, A Few Good Men, The Bodyguard, or Patriot Games? Over to you, Stephen. Well, everyone can put the comments who they think it is.
Indeed, if you know who it is, then do make a comment on Nick's page or my page. This has just finished charging. It is down the carousel. This is the Kindle Paperwhite. At long last, sunshine has arrived in the UK. It's been a sunny weekend. It's a sunny day today. A bit windy today, but still sat out at lunchtime. And I always use my Kindle Paperwhite because when it's sunny, yeah, you can't use any of the piece of kit other than the Paperwhite because you can still read it because it's backlit. So I was reading a book earlier today using that, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. What I'm here to talk about is down the carousel at the moment, and I used to be a desktop guy, but these days I enjoy going out and about. Just excuse me a moment. I enjoy going out and about with my gimbal. Now the gimbal is inside here. It is down the carousel, but I'm not going to talk about that. Basically, I'm going to talk about this. Ooh. If you are going out and you're actually doing videos and you want those videos to have a wider audience, then you've got to have good quality sound. Now you could use the microphone that's in your mobile phone, but I would suggest that if you want people to actually listen to your videos, you actually need a lapel microphone. And this is a said microphone. In 2021, I started doing mobile videos, going live to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch on my website, and I used this microphone. And the difference in sound quality, well, it's just incredible because you're getting, well, I'm going to read the words to you on this. This is the Powdy-Wise lapel microphone. And on the back it says, words can change lives, record them perfectly. Okay, I'm not making that up. It's actually on the back. Okay. And if you've got a lapel microphone, you just basically take your lapel microphone out of the case. Okay. There's the microphone itself. It's got a crocodile clip, which you attach to your clothing. Let me just give you a practical demonstration. This may or may not work, but if I go like that, then you can see the lapel microphone. That's how you attach it. So easy and so simple to do. And then you take the other end of the lapel microphone and you just plug it into your mobile phone and get it the right way up. Here we go. That's it. So you're now ready to go. As soon as you plug the lapel microphone into your phone, then the internal microphone switches off and it's replaced by the lapel microphone. And the quality of sound is night and day. It is so crystal clear and so crisp that I would suggest that if you're doing mobile video, you invest in a PAL microphone, and the best one I found is down in the carousel at the moment. It's $39.39, which is 34% off whilst we're live. So that's a great discount. Again, it's less than I paid for it. So, but it does makes a great deal of difference to the quality of your mobile. Yeah. And mobile video is just, it's the best way to exercise there is. You also find down in the carousel my Fitbit HR Inspire 2. And it's a great way to get steps, because when you're actually out videoing, you just forget it. You forget that you're actually exercising and walking because you're too busy filming. So I'll be talking about filming tomorrow in my broadcast at 11 a.m. Eastern. And until then, we're going to carry on with today's broadcast and back to the two of us together with the quiz. And the quiz question was...
the quiz question was, the character Colonel Nathan R. Jessup, was he a character in Scent of a Woman, A Few Good Men, The Bodyguard, or Patriot Games?
Right.
And
where we're going to go, Nick?
Don't know. Do you want the truth, Stephen? Can you handle the truth?
I can handle the truth. I'm going to get top right.
Absolutely, yeah. A Few Good Men. One of my favourite films, I have to say.
Okay. Well, you can't get much better than that. 10 out of 10. The average is 7.96, and 24,428 people have actually done the quiz. Okay, the quiz, just so you know, the quiz is from Triviaplaza. Okay, if you want to use the Triviaplaza quiz in your broadcast, then just contact Triviaplaza as we did. They will give you permission to do so, and all you need to do within your broadcast is to acknowledge Triviaplaza, one of the best places to get quizzes. They don't just have quizzes about movies, they've got quizzes about music, they've got quizzes about politics, they've got quizzes about quizzes. They have everything you need to run a live quiz. I'm going to take that off full screen, come back to Nick and me. So 10 out of 10, Nick.
So we might have been away, but we've lost none of the magic. Maybe we should go away take a break more often.
We've been away watching movies. Okay, so I'm going to stop the screen share. 10 out of 10, we've got the screenshot, so we know that's true. So let's stop sharing and come back to Nick and myself. 10 out of 10. Wow.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. So, Stephen, since you've been away, I noticed you've changed the timing of your shows. You've gone a little bit later.
Yes, yeah. There is, for any broadcasters watching this, there is a piece of software called Logie, Logie, and this is a true story. I was doing my normal broadcast at 9 a.m. Eastern, and I got to 10:45. So I've been broadcasting for 9 3/4, and I played a video. Now, you know me, Nick. Put the video on, turn your microphone off. And what do you do when the video starts playing? You unmute your microphone. Well, I forgot to unmute my microphone. And I thought, well, what do I do now? You've got two choices. Because I had two more stories to tell that I wanted to tell. So I thought, right, what I'll do is I'll set a broadcast to start at 11 a.m. Eastern. And I did that. And then after the broadcast, I went over to Logie, and Logie said that Amazon said I'd had twice as many viewers as normal. And I thought, okay. So now I broadcast at 11 a.m. Eastern every day. And the other thing I noticed we've got competition broadcasting now. Yeah. It's a lot better if you broadcast with competition than without it. Because basically, we know, I mean, we're the same. People channel hop, and if you've got a big draw name, then people will not sit there and watch for 2 hours. They will channel hop, and as people are channel hopping, they're hopping in and out of your show. So the more people are actually broadcasting live at the time, the better, Yeah, and this is all sort of trial and error. So I now broadcast at London Eastern every single weekday. Having a blast doing so. Yeah, so there's a logical reason. I'm grateful to Logie and their head for producing the system, which is available to all Amazon Live broadcasters. It tells you basically what the audience was throughout the show. Okay, what the average audience was, what the lowest audience was, what the top audience was. It shows basically when I was talking about this, it would show that I started talking about this, and it would show whether the graph had gone up or down as I talk about this. So if I look at this graph of this show afterwards, and every time I look at the lapel microphone bit, and the audience went down, I don't need to talk about lapel microphones anymore. Yeah. So you actually look for the peaks in the broadcast, and having identified the peaks, then those are the items you actually talk more about, and the others you talk less about. You still show them, yeah, as I keep showing this box on screen. But there is a science behind it, and I'm grateful to Ed and the team for actually producing this free piece of software for Amazon Live Broadcaster, because it's important. It's important to know how many people have watched, which we do. We don't know who you are. No. We don't know where you are, but we do know that you've watched, and we're grateful for that. But we're sort of we're early adopters. This is the beginning of a live video revolution. Put that box down. This is the beginning of a live video revolution. Oh, do you, Nick?
Easy for you to say, Stephen. Yeah. The beginning of a live video revolution. Absolutely. It is great, and I love it. And I'm with you. It is one of those things that does seem like counterintuitive to go live stream with lots of competition, but as you so rightly put, we're live streaming for long chunky periods of time, and people do channel hop. Of course they do. So it makes sense. And if you're looking to live stream, and I'm going to be doing it, not particularly because I want to test it, but just trying to fit it around my current day is to live stream. I thought, right, I'm going to live stream. My next one will probably be tomorrow, 7 a.m. So that'll be on catching the late owls over on Pacific time. Wow. But then switch it around. So then Wednesday I'll probably go later, touch after you, Stephen, I think, and just do different. And also I'm testing out different subjects as well. So I did one yesterday where I didn't talk about the video. I did my Echo Dot. I did my GoPro, did my Apple Watch. What else did I do? Did some books. Oh, this was quite popular. Aftershave. Wow, is it really? It's more like perfume for men. And yeah, and we'll see how that happens. So it's just basically chatting about things that I like to use, on my daily thing. Even to my favourite little ballpoint pen that you can get a pack of 12 at $9. Yeah, what will happen? Who knows? But I know it's a
we don't. Yeah.
And that's the whole fun of it. You can use the analytics, but also just push the boat out. And as you've said, Stephen, when you're comfortable live streaming, it's not a drama. It is so easy, and it's I find it such a pleasure to do. But I did fall foul of the schoolboy error myself the other day. I played a video of said Yeti microphone while I went and grabbed a cup of tea. Totally forgot to unmute myself. Next thing I know, Amazon has shut me down. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that's basically you're experiencing technical difficulties, and they do give you sort of minutes to actually recognize that there's a problem. But I mean, the whole thing about live video is that you never know what's going to happen. Okay, and it could be the technology. I mean, there's so many moving parts. We know after 6 years of this, we're taking it for granted, but it's still, to me, it's a big magic black box that allows this. We can sit in Wiltshire and Hampshire and broadcast out to Amazon.com and the whole of the USA and Canada, and
Yeah,
just
it is.
magical.
It is incredible. Absolutely lovely. So, Stephen, when are you next on?
I'm next on at 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, and we're going into some of the items we've seen today, some items you haven't seen before. And Nick, when are you next live?
I'm going to be next live 7 a.m. in the UK, which I believe is 11, maybe 12 p.m. East Pacific time. I will have to double check. So yeah, so it's for those insomniacs. I remember having a great conversation with the lady that had given birth to twins once. You never know who's watching.
Insomniacs on both sides of the channel. Yeah. So we'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for joining us today. We have a blast, as you can probably tell. We enjoy doing this, and we look forward to seeing you again. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day, because we can say that it's nearly 6 p.m. in the UK. It's 1 p.m., nearly 1 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for watching us, and bye for now.
Bye for now.
Bye from Wiltshire.
Bye from Hampshire. We'll see you same time next week.
We will. We're back 11 a.m. Eastern next Monday with another movie quiz. This time I had a drink of tea. I think I need a drink of tea, Nick. I think that's what the problem is.
I think more tea.
Okay.
Absolutely.
More tea.